Yeah, hi again. It's me, Chima. How have you guys been doing? It's just me, and today I'm gonna be talking about a couple of things. Yeah, um, matters arising and issues. I really maybe it's not really necessary, but it's just like a closing of a year again, and 2015 is promising year. Yeah, everyone is saying it is the year towards Nigerian general election, and just want to give like a scorecard to everything government has done so far. A scorecard to everything government has done so far, like scoring the government and how we could. What can you see about the government? First of all, I would like to talk about the main issues, which is like maybe power. Scoring the government on power is shocking. Like, I was looking at the analysis for years and looking at the analysis for months. From the year, from like I took it backward, like from 50 years ago up to like 2000 and up to like 1999, we were having 2000 megawatt, 2000 2000 plus megawatt. In 2007, we still had 2000 plus megawatt, and now it's like 2015, 2014, we're having like three times, tripled. If the rates at which in 4 years it tripled, if it has been like that for 50 years, do you know how many we would have achieved by now? No, everyone would want to say, yeah, this person is bad. I'm not going to label anyone here. I'm just going to say we have triple of our megawatt in 4 years, but we had 2,500 or so in 50 years, and nothing added even after the even after 2007. It remained 2,000 plus, and now we're looking about over 7 to 8,000 megawatt, triple the amount in 4 years. Man, it's really something I would want to really appreciate. I really want to talk about. I really want to say, yeah, we're on our way. We're not there yet, but looking at the increasing numbers so far in 4 years compared to 50 years, you know, take it or leave it. Choose it or not to say it. We've done well. Nigeria is on the way to success, I believe. And people can criticize, can say everything they want to say, but me, I believe they were they were on the way yet. You know, I was looking at it. I was looking at plans and promises that were not kept. I know that there were promises of like 12,000. By now, in 2015, we'll have 16,000 megawatt. And I could say, yeah, he really, really raised up feelings and raised up expectations. And everyone was like, yes, that's it. And it didn't happen. And it was like, what? But can you sit down and imagine? In 50 years, we had, in the last 50 years, before this present administration, we're relying on 2,500. I'm sure in your mind you were like, if this president can just double it, we are fine with it. But he didn't just double it, he increased it. He was expecting that Nigeria will be stabilized electrically. But no, he didn't get it, and everybody's killing his life about it. Like, because he said we're gonna be having 15,000, and now we having triple of the amount in 4 years. To me, I would say it's an applaud. To me, I really say yes. In electricity, we're doing well. I know right now, before we could become, before we have a stable electricity, it was estimated that we need to have 30,000. I know that far, and one costs billions just to generate 1 megawatt. Like 1 megawatt is like, do you know the amount? Like 1,000 megawatt is close to like 15 billion dollars, and we need like 30. Obviously, can't like it just can't happen in one day. They need to be stepped. We need to really appreciate people that have done well, and we need to say yeah. I'm sure when he said 15 or 17 or 16 megawatt in 2015, maybe he actually meant it. I was reading the news, and there were some sabotage. Can you believe this? You were the one, we complain, but we don't talk about the fact. There were some places visited where some people went to vandalize the wires and cables they were supposed to be used to generate electricity. I'm telling you, I'm going to give you light, I'm going to give you electricity, and you were there going to vandalize it. I don't know if we can sit back and blame ourselves, blame the mentality. I'm sure everybody, when it was said, everybody was like, yeah, it's the government's fault. If only there was money and. But how does it start? Your mentality is that I'm going to get rich by stealing what is good for me. Then so be it. I was meant to understand that some people were paid to vandalize so that the government um 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 so the government's deadline of 15 in 2015 won't be accomplished. Man, guys, you're doing yourself. It's like me paying you to kill your mom because I was telling you that your mom has done me harm, and you're like, yeah, all you needed is the money. You're hurting yourself. The light belongs to us, belongs to you when it's generated. At least 15 would have been nowhere, but it would have been half of the required capacity to stabilize electricity in Nigeria. And the next thing, someone goes ahead, try to steal it. Then I was meant to understand that that was why the government had to privatize the electrical sector, where people have now taken the responses and the responsibility of um, generating the light into their own hand. So when they generate it, they protect it, the security arrangement, everything is now privatized. It's a good plan. It's a good one. But I want to ask, how come it's just now we're thinking about it? How come it's just in this year ending that we can actually boast of more than 3 times of our capacity in the than what we're having in the past 50 years? And I know everybody right now will come and beat the life out of me for saying, Ma, you started again. This no, but it's the truth. How come it's now? And the next thing, everybody is talking about it. I spent so much time on electricity because that's the main issue in Nigeria. Seriously, if it can be electrically stable, I'm sure it will create a lot of employment because there are so many small and medium sector that just needed. They don't need your money. They don't need anything. They just needed electricity to make it. The barber arts, the like the weather on the street, like the man with a wedding shop, he doesn't need your money. All he wants to do is to save money by not buying diesel for his generator, or petroleum for his generator, or energy for his generator. All he wanted is just to get electricity. He has a shop, he has a business. The man that want to barbs hair, all he needs is electricity. He has started his business. There's so many things that would come in place, and so many jobs created just by electricity. Just want to say to anyone out there, you're stealing other people's employment, and yet you are you will be part of the people criticizing the government. I don't know if anyone has ever come out and say, I don't know who are those people stealing our wires and everything. I criticize them. If anyone come out to say, really, you guys should stop. Has there been any protest of stealing wires? I know it's gonna be like government should also do something. It's their problem. It's government's problem. Electricity. These cables, this wire pass into our neighborhoods, our distance. We could create our own security watch, our own neighborhood watch. Like, please protect this wire. This is where the high tension cable is gonna pass. People have been vandalizing it. What's your own part? I want to ask, what's your part, or what's your role? Have you ever done for Nigeria in the past, in your throughout your existence? What have you done? What have you come out to say that people wouldn't like, or what have you played like out there on the streets? Someone asks for bribe, they say, "Come on, you're in Nigeria, don't give bribe." I won't ask for bribe. Make it out all obvious. I really appreciate those people that have been doing it right now. When people ask for bribe, like, yeah, they record it, put it on air. How many people have really said to themselves, seriously, like, you've really done something for Nigeria? How many? I'm sure so many people really said a lot of things to me the last time I was talking about what have you done for Nigeria. Like, look at me. Look at other countries. Yeah, other countries, they kind of, maybe, I don't know. But you that you're talking, what have you really done for Nigeria or for your country? Yeah, the next thing is going to talk about is security insurgencies. It's been one of our terrible time of our life. Yeah, I know they know. I know we know of the militancy, the militant Nigerian Delta militant. It was there. It was one of our security problems then. But I know those people were fighting for just right. I know those people didn't come out to start bombing Abuja. I know the only thing they did, I'm not saying I'm 100% like, yeah, what they did was right. I'm just saying we could understood what they were doing. But the security problem right now, it's not been good. It's been a total down thing. I don't even understand what the president is doing about it. Even myself, I don't know what he's doing about it. I want to ask, what is he doing about it? Even I don't know. I see things that I would have expected would have been changed by now. I've seen head of the military being changed several times and nothing been done. There was a time it was so strong that they were doing airstrikes. I see so many money allocated through budgetary to the security sector, and I see no change. I would like I want to say, what's the president's goal on this? I know he's been complaining of sabotage. I want to really understand. The sabotage is fierce, like it's very strong now. Because in the past, just in a year, how many soldiers have been sentenced to death? It has not even happened in the history, like in recent time compared to this democratic administration. So much soldiers have not been sent. For that, you should understand that Are the soldiers really, really, really doing those things they're doing? Insubordination is the fact of disobeying orders. That's any order. They're human beings and they're soldiers. I understood, or I understand that, because yeah, they're soldiers, but they also have human being feelings. Insubordination means like disobeying the last order. But if someone tells me shoot these innocent lives or cover this innocent truth, and I refuse because I have Nigerians and Nigeria at heart, and all of the name of insubordination, I'm being sentenced to death, I think the president should look into that. I think the president should look into the continual soldiers being sentenced to death through insubordinations. Have you ever wondered why those soldiers are sentenced to death? What was the main disobedience they did? What caused it? You know, during this period, there was a time the soldiers were even said to want to go on strike or want to protest. Soldiers, it's not part of the military thing. You can't protest as a military person, but soldiers choose to. You know that it's been up there, it's been like on their throat. So if you ever want to ask like why, not just sentence those guys. I'm sure, I'm not saying, but I'm sure everything in life has a reason. If soldiers who have been nice so far because they've not been sentenced so far, it's just recently, you should ask yourself, well, and you came out and you say, talking about the president, the president came out and say on containing the military, there's been sabotage. Where and how? And you're complaining of sabotage and they're saying insubordination and sentencing soldiers. I would really say that they should look into it, really address this sector of the insecurity. I learned that the security men are not getting enough bullets and guns on the field as being sent, and the SSA, the senior special advisor to the president, the last time I had him saying that yeah, it's not true about the insurgents getting a higher ammunition than our military men. Just want to ask him a question. They asked him a question there, yeah. They asked him, has he ever been to Maiduguri or Borno State or the heat of this thing places? Has he ever been there? I've been looking out for the news to just hear that the president visits the camp of this soldier, but I have not seen any. Is it that he's scared also of his own military men, or he's not even secured because of the sabotage going on? One would have expected him by now complain of the seed his things by himself. I would have expected him to constantly visit these places. This whenever there's an attack, one would have expected him seeing things himself. It really burns my heart to know that the security problem has been going on for some time, and he's still there complaining about it, saying sabotage, sending money, but he's never been there. I trust our security system. They've been there for days, for years. They've been good. They're telling me that they can't protect the president if he goes to Maiduguri or Borno State? Are they trying to say that the security system is not strong enough to fight for the president when he steps foot in Borno State? Are they trying to say that Borno State is out of reach of the president? Those are questions I really want to really reflect on. Especially now, we're going into another 2015. saying the truth. I'm not here into. I said it earlier in my first, in a previous video. I'm not here for um partisans politics. I'm just giving my mind and my opinions about things. About the power generation, I gave him a scorecard. He's good. But security, seriously, this is eating us up. 200 and something girls went missing. Has he ever been to Chibok after that? Has he ever been there and see things himself? I'm sure if him being there himself, he will understand things himself. He will understand the sabotage himself. One would have expected him to take visits, several visits there to understand things himself. To this sabotage he's talking about, the route he's talking about. I know he has a lot of schedules on his hand, election time. But once, twice in a month, visiting this insurgent, this insecure, this security troubled state won't make him less than the president or won't take his life. That was what really I've really thought about for some days now. Like, why? He might have his own reason. Yeah, he's a president, he can't go to the war front. But even to the camp. I'm not trying to compare him with other presidents, so I'm not going to say what I want to say right now. But really, okay, with that, I'll just end my topic on security and sabotage. I want to talk about economy. Yeah, this year has really been a kind of good year maybe for Nigeria before June. It's been nice, like our economic system really went high. We became one of the largest growing economy in Africa. We were then rated second or third then, but right now we're the leading growing economy in Africa. Yeah, good kudos. The GDP went high and everything got reflected. It was so high, and the only problem in the economy system that it didn't go to the masses. But I want to tell you that for quite some time we've not achieved this amount. There must be a phase of everything. When there's stabilization of the economy, I believe there's going to be understanding of the economic system, and they're going to be like going down to the people and to the main people needing it. All I wanted was time. And again, about the falling naira to the dollar right now, it's because of due to the drop in price of oil. And then Nigeria, it's kind of a main dependent on oil right now is down. I really want to appreciate the government for the effort in trying to move away from oil, trying to try other sector. I really believe in agriculture a lot. One of the fan of agriculture. I really believe that agriculture fed us for some time. I believe it's one sector, not like oil. Is people saying soon our oil will dry up, but the land won't dry up. The crops won't dry up. Nigeria has been blessed with good weather. We've not had a serious drought for like years without rain. We've been really blessed. I want to really say, why don't you just tap the blessings? Nigeria is a land that is blessed with so many mineral resources. Or looking at it, even we have coal, tin. There was a time tin was up to 50% of our GDP. There was a year it was even coal. We have granite. We have gold. There was a time we have cocoa. We have a lot of things, a lot of how do you say it? Cash crops. Yeah, cash crops. We have a lot of cash crops in Nigeria. We have cassava. It's really blessed. I would really trust the government as they are moving out from the oil sector to totally dependent on oil, trying other aspects like the natural resources and very importantly agriculture. I'll say it's a great plan. Sometimes things comes in life to push you towards towards your destiny. I'm not saying this oil drop in oil is kind of a good thing. I'm just saying right now government is saying that yeah, the oil is really won't be sustainable for a growing economy like ours. We should try our old things. Me, I believe in vintage, going back, bringing back old things. I believe in it a lot. I believe it will grow the economy, like it will, it will like bring back our economy back to its main base. I also thank I also really appreciate what really went on. There was a Nigerian owned produced car IVM from the Anambra government. I really appreciate that also. Just looking about 2015, this is like this is the last day in 2015. The scorecard, this is just one of it for now, the part one. Also be looking about more other things. Okay, for now.